Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading Obese/Morbidly Obese People of Reddit. What does your daily diet normally consist of? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. This will probably get buried, but thought I would throw in my 2 cents. I am 5 feet tall, and at my highest weight, I was 464 pounds. There were a lot of contributing factors: PCOS, thyroid disorder, injuries that made it difficult to walk, but the ultimate cause was because I just plain didn't care to try anymore. I've always been big and was probably around 300 pounds in high school. At my highest, I'd say I packed in around 4,000 to 5,000 calories per day. Breakfast? Hated breakfast. If I did eat, it was usually around 10 or 11 a.m. and it was leftovers from dinner. Lunch? Usually fast food. A McDonald's 20-piece chicken McNuggets, large fries, large Coke. Or a 12-inch steak and cheese sub with provolone on flatbread with onions and green peppers from Subway. Or a smothered burrito with potato olays with nacho cheese on top naturally and a churro. You get the drift. Dinner? Takeout. Food of choice was usually Olive Garden or Carino's. A chicken scampi, salad, breadsticks, and cheesecake. Texas Roadhouse would end up being a chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, corn, salad, and dessert. A lot of the time, we'd order an appetizer too. I can't tell you how much we spent on takeout. Every night for over a year, we ate out for dinner. Hated it, but it was a vicious cycle. I was healthy for my weight, no real comorbidities, so I just kept going. And then I got divorced, and then I decided I wanted better for myself. I'm now down to about 347 pounds. This is the lowest I've been since 2005, and still losing, still hoping to live a more normal life. It probably would get buried, but I don't care. First, I never exercise. If walking counts as exercise, then I do exercise when I walk to and from classes. A normal day for me. Breakfast? I wouldn't really eat during breakfast because I'm sick of cereal and I have little to no time to get ready for school. Lunch? By the time lunch comes around, I'm hungry, so I eat a boatload. I will usually eat 2 frozen pizzas or 2 foot-long subs or something that will satisfy me. I will also have it with an extra large shake. For dinner, I usually will eat a whole pizza or a whole thing of lasagna. On a good day, I'll have 4 Big Macs. Dessert. I have my freezer full of cheesecake and ice cream. It's pretty empty right now, so I'm going to need to fill it up soon. I will usually eat half a thing of cheesecake or half a thing of ice cream for dessert. A midnight snack. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I will almost always have a pizza. Breakfast. I eat a bagel with cream cheese. Lunch, 2 sandwiches with mayo and about 5 ounces of meat each. And dinner, I go nuts. A whole pizza or a whole box dinner or a pound of pasta, a jar of sauce, package of meatballs. About 5 sodas throughout the day. I weigh 420 pounds and I get 0 exercise. UK fat frig, tipping the scales at 20 stone, 280 pounds last time I checked. I've been too afraid to go back. My eating habits vary wildly depending on my mood. Breakfast, cereal, anything chocolate or full of sugar, or 2 slices of toast with peanut butter. Sometimes when I can't be bothered with the effort of putting milk into a bowl, I'll just eat a packet of crisps and a chocolate bar. Lunch? Usually I don't do too badly at lunch. I have a sandwich, some grapes, and a yogurt. Used to have crisps and chocolate and placed the grapes and yogurt. After work snack, huge bag of crisps and a packet of cookies. In dinner, usually a huge frozen pizza. Sometimes I'll make spaghetti bolognese or chicken curry. Evening snack, anything in the house. Can vary from cereal to sandwiches to even more crisps. Wash all this down with 1 to 2 liters of Pepsi. I need to sort this out pretty sharpish. I get out of breath walking to work now, which is a 10-minute walk away up a gentle slope. I've always been fat, but this is the first time that I've felt unhealthy. At my heaviest, I was 280 pounds. A normal day for me would go like this. Exercise was a joke. I'd be out of breath just walking up the stairs to my house. Breakfast, usually 3 toaster waffles smothered in butter and peanut butter. Mid-morning, a cookie or whatever was in the break room. Lunch, a fast food of some kind. McDonald's most of the time. I'd get 2 McChicken sandwiches, large fries, and a McFlurry or a shake. On the days I brought my lunch, it was usually a sandwich loaded with mayo, chips, and some kind of snack cake. Mid-afternoon, popcorn or another cookie. Dinner, anything from an entire large pizza to fast food. Tacos loaded with sour cream, pasta with butter, lots and lots of butter. Before bed, I'd usually binge eat anything sugary, ice cream, cookies, cake, candy. I was easily eating 3,000 plus calories a day. January 5th, I joined Weight Watchers and have totally changed the way I eat. I've lost 25 pounds and I'm eating so much healthier. I feel way better. I'm still working on the exercise. I still hate it, but to motivate me, I've registered for a 5K in April. I weigh 420 pounds at the moment. I hate every single thing about being obese. There are so many things, even small things, that most people don't think about. It's physically difficult to bend, and I have to do some serious grunting to get out of a laying position. What really gets me about it though is how I can't lay on my back. When I do, my neck fat smooshes my windpipe and it is much more difficult to breathe. A normal day for me would be this. Breakfast, 2 sausage and cheese biscuits, 2 hash browns, and a large Sprite. A snack, whatever I have on hand. And I don't just eat a handful. I'll buy a party-sized bag of potato chips and eat them all in one sitting. At this point, I usually have another drink, usually Sprite or Fanta. A lunch, I eat late lunches, usually right before dinner. On most days, I go to McDonald's, order a double cheeseburger, a McChicken, a large fry, 2 chocolate chip cookies, and a large Sprite. Within an hour, it's dinner time. Dinner, I usually eat my best foods at dinner time, but portion control is difficult. There's always a meat, a starch, and a vegetable, and I eat them all, but I always eat too much of the starch. A snack, I oftentimes eat an entire bag of popcorn at night. I also like drinking chocolate milk with it. Milk is healthy, but 2 glasses of milk with extra chocolate is not. I have legitimately tried many times to lose the weight, and I have succeeded little bits at a time. Unfortunately, I am a food addict. People who have never had any kind of a weight problem do not understand just how much of a battle it is to put the food down. I eat until I'm too full to move, and then I eat some more. It is a serious problem that I have to fix, but it seems impossible. I try to better myself. The day I just described is more me last month. I've done a little bit better over the past few weeks, but absolutely nothing to make a difference. I'm completely aware that I'm putting my life at risk every day, but the addiction that I have is similar to an alcoholic. It isn't an easy obstacle to cross. TLDR, don't get fat. I'm 24 and close to 400 pounds. I've recently started a diet and exercise program in an attempt to get healthier, but I'll tell you about what I did a few months ago. I wake up and get coffee with sugar, probably about 1/4 of a cup of sugar and cream. Depending on what we had, I would either eat pastries or a huge bowl of cereal. Think like a butter dish full, or even chips. Some days I wouldn't have anything for breakfast at all. Some days I would skip lunch too. I did a lot of snacking. Cheese sticks, some yogurt, leftovers, chips, corn dogs. In general, my diet wasn't terrible. It was really just desserts and pastries that were my downfall. After my kids would go to bed, I would put away a whole box of cookies or a huge bowl of ice cream. I probably consumed anywhere from 2,500 to 4,000 calories depending on the day. Before I decided to change my diet, I was pushing 365 pounds and drinking 5 cups of coffee, loaded with cream and sugar of course, Pop-Tarts or donuts, sometimes both, and 3 to 5 cans of Coke before lunchtime. I'd drive to lunch and get 2 to 3 hamburgers or a loaded footlong, always with fries or chips. I would pick up some extra chips or have some snacks in my desk drawer to snack on around 2 to 3 p.m. so I didn't crash from being tired. Have 2 to 3 more cans of Coke before I went home. And dinner was either fast food or food picked up from a restaurant. My favorite was Chinese food. A quart of fried rice, a large orange chicken, Craig Rangoon, and an egg roll on the way home, or a very big meal cooked at home with lots of large sides, usually half a pound of rice or potatoes with each dinner, more pop, and eat a bag of chips while watching TV and falling asleep in my bed. Edit, I almost forgot the ice cream. My god, I went through so much ice cream. A quart every 3 days, sometimes only 2 if the day was stressful. Obese and trying to lose, so here is my daily self-battle. 6:30 a.m., I'm up and I'm motivated. Head to Anytime Fitness and do the Couch to 5K program. I found doing it in the morning allows me to not quit and say I'm too tired later. I'll come home after, and breakfast is either a couple eggs and peanut butter toast or instant oatmeal. Usually milk to drink with it, but have been known to substitute Diet Mountain Dew. 9 a.m., I'm at work and hungry, so if I brought a lunch and have snack stuff, it's usually healthy, an orange, apples, etc. If I didn't, I'll go to the cafeteria and grab a Life water and either a muffin, cookie, or fruit if it looks decent, not always the freshest. 11 a.m., break time. If anything, I'll have a chocolate milk from the cafeteria, not much else. Again, if I brought fruit from home, I'll have that. Noon, lunchtime. My staple from home is a PBJ sandwich, but we'll go for soup at work if it looks good, or sometimes a burger and fries with a pop to dry K. Evening, this is usually where it all breaks down. I don't want to cook, so much more often than not, I'll go out to eat. Chinese buffet is a normal place. Order pizza, which is the worst choice because I never allow myself to have leftovers. I'll overeat the crap out of it. It's the worst feeling in the world to want to change and be that healthier person. To go all day doing moderately to considerably better food-wise, and then to go wreck it by driving full speed into Fatty Town with after-work binge eating. Oh man, it's embarrassing how much I used to eat. Let's take a normal weekend. Breakfast, McDonald's, Egg McMuffin, Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash brown, large orange juice. Lunch, Burger King, large Whopper combo with the Coke and a side of onion rings. Large, because why not? At dinner, a city barbecue, half slab of ribs, mac and cheese, corn pudding, and a 20-ounce sugary drink of choice. Snacks, 1/2 to 1/3 of a bag of Lay's sour cream and cheese chips, pretzels, and whatever else was in the pantry. Alcohol, a pint of vodka with Coke. All in all, about 7,500 calories. Sometimes it was better and sometimes it was worse. Regardless, it was bad. I ended up having a moment of clarity. I hit my bottom, whatever you want to call it. And that was the point where people around me, around my age, and ostensibly better shape than me, started dying. Scared the crap out of me. So I rethought everything, my whole life, figured out my triggers, what was causing them, and most importantly, how to deal with them without eating my way through them. I started out at 475 pounds in mid-July 2013, not a great place to be. I started slowly, a salad here, an apple there, and then found the Lose It app and started tracking calories. And ditched that for MyFitnessPal shortly thereafter and bought a Fitbit and started reading everything on nutrition, calories, and anything health related I could. And I've been at it ever since. I'm closing in on my 9-month mark this week, and I've lost 135 pounds as of today. My current weight is 340, and I'm shooting for around 200 if at all possible. I just bought a treadmill this weekend to try to start my exercise regimen. And truly, if you are out there thinking you can't do this, bullcrap. If I can, you can too. Any reason outside of serious medical issues is rationalization and denial. I lived there for a long time, trust me. And that brings us to the featured Narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. A strong fighter says, a little more than a year difference, 70 kilos to 50 kilos. KP633 says, my journey so far, from close to obesity to a healthy BMI. And Daisy Dream 11 says, female 23, left pick 264 pounds, right pick 236. Thanks for sharing featured Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.